So yeah, it was just it was a different walk for me there, you know, and it was more to, well, and then understanding the story, because this connection, when Marty Bundy or David talking, he reckoned, oh, I wonder why he's there. So I'm thinking, well, that's what he wanted to go down and see where people were getting taken, because he was after that old fellow. And then, you know, he got there and he spent his time there. I'm not quite sure how long he spent there, but he was sentenced for 5 years, I think it was. Mixed feelings, because I was going with my great grandfather. You see on my shirt. I found him as Jackie Coronation, and when I first found him, it was in 2001. It was a time that ATSIC was around then. ATSIC was the voice for all Indigenous peoples then. I was vice chair actually of the PNTS, which was the Pilbara Native Title Steering Committee. We had a break and I went into a bit of a daze. Find myself in the old museum and I'm walking around. They just opened up the Indigenous section there in Perth. And so I'm walking around looking at all the different artefacts. And then I come across this photo. And I just started weeping, and really boiling weeping. Good to be able to then walk up and find out, well, what's going on here. So I read the story. It said from the Hamersley Rangers. So straight away I knew him because he was my great grandfather, because of the stories from the old people and what they used to tell us, that he ended up in Rottnest. And he escaped. In reading that story, he had escaped 3 months before he's going to get a king's coronation. For, I don't know, I might have to go to England to find out what that was all about. But they wrote it as he absconded 3 months before he's going to get a king's coronation. I suppose telling the story about my great grandfather, he was known for many names. Another Dot, George Cuttercross, Soldier. And when I found him, as I said, I found him as Jackie Coronation. So the police records and things sort of coming to us from our old people's stories. There's a old fella Coppin he killed. It wasn't just him, he was the big chief of the Inawanga, leader. People don't like the term chief, I'm starting to find, but that's what my grandfathers told me. He was a big chief. So we say mother in Wadjemup. Anybody mixing these days would be Nyambali. So he was the boss for the Inawanga. So, and this Coppin Pool river system, which is the main artery for the Inawanga people, and knowing what's there now, the sacred spot, pretty well a lot of big men's business, petroglyphs or rock carvings. So that's what he was protecting. Police records on 80 Mile Beach, police were on horseback chasing him, and they couldn't catch him. He decided he wanted to get caught, so he did. And from our old people, at night, he'd get out, feed and water everybody, then lock himself back up.